around the country, and I saw people, of course, up north where they get this more often and it's a little more common. Now, nothing common about this G4 that we were dealing with. It is on a scale of 1 to 5, and this was more extreme. So it was unusual even for folks up north, seeing all the different colors, of course, in the northern states. But for it to get this far south, I mean, I can't remember that many times in my life here in Central Texas that we had this opportunity to see it. And of course, now that everyone has cell phones and cameras and things of that nature, if you walk outside to the blind eye, likely you maybe see a glow at most here. But of course, if you do have a nice camera, that's your best shot this evening. If you didn't get to check it out last night, I would highly recommend trying. The further you can get also away from I-35 and busy towns and light pollution, the better off you are. So again, with the cell phone, point it over towards the north, and if you could get away from the lights, that is your best shot to see them this evening. So this is what happened last night. We do have that shot again this evening, right after sunset. So early is going to be your best chance, of course, once the sun does go down here in just a little while. So about 8 o'clock, I'm going to head to the east of where I live, where there aren't so many lights, and see if my cell phone can see it this evening. But something really cool we don't often see, you can see potentially visible with the camera, and that is a wide swath of the U.S. If you don't have cloud cover, and we don't here in Central Texas or all of Texas actually, but unfortunately for some areas, the Rockies, you can see a system coming in from the west coast that is going to obstruct their view. So unfortunate for those guys, but fortunate for us if the storm, it is very difficult to forecast just how far south you're going to be able to see those colors. It's a big waited out and see for us, but at least we won't be dealing with the cloud cover. Okay, so let's talk about today's weather, and then we'll get into the next few days because we're kind of stuck in between things right now. Very warm conditions this afternoon. I'm kind of miserable in this jacket here in the studio right now. We got 81 in Waco, average being 70, so over 10 above the norm this afternoon. You can see live look at temperatures right around 80 on average. It's now 5:15. So very quickly going to fall into the lower 70s probably in the next hour or so as the sun gets ready to set. Overnight lows still on the warm side too. I mean, considering it's almost November 15th, we're bottoming out in the upper 50s, lower 60s across the board this evening. Light jacket is all you're going to want tomorrow morning. You absolutely won't want it tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to blast right through 80 degrees once again. Warm and breezy at times. Humidity is just going to be slightly higher than it was yesterday. That's why we're not seeing these widespread elevated fire weather risks. Certainly don't want to be burning any brush still. Most of us are under a burn ban, by the way. You can see Friday, we break 80 degrees once again. Same thing over the weekend. Unfortunately, those weekend rain chances have gone down, down, down. Good news if you're like me and do have outdoor plans. So the rain chances are not going to come until early next week. We're going to have daily rain chances, actually, especially as we approach middle of the work week next week. And that's as far out as we can go at this time, because obviously that's a week from now, and 7-day forecast will tell that story. For now, just focusing on these longer range forecasts, the signal, and it has been several days at this point that it is signaling that we'll have precipitation and hopefully a cool down by the middle of next week. Until then, it is basically going to be warm and dry. You can see potentially, I would say the great majority of us, probably upwards of maybe 1/4 of an inch. There could be pockets, especially north and east, that are a little bit higher than that. 7-day forecast tells that story right here. We are officially back half of November. Cannot believe all these 80s here on the 7-day. And you can also see we pepper in some rain chances here. And stick with me, you guys. Mia, I promised her she will be on here in about 8-10 minutes or so.
All right. Thank you, Whitney. As a reminder, you can keep up with her forecast on the 6 Plus app.